what's up and welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how I get this look. This is my go-to like mom on the go, get out of the house in 10 to 15 minutes. I am wearing no foundation right now. All I have on my face is concealer, powder, bronzer, and blush, and some highlight. As you can see, I'm glowing. Yeah, I wanted to share this video with you for actually quite a bit, and then I've been seeing a couple YouTubers actually post their own videos. Like I just saw this morning that Love Meg posted this video, like a very similar one, so definitely check hers out. If you, after you watch this one, go check hers out. So in any case, I really hope you enjoy this video. Like I said, I am not wearing any foundation. I usually can do this makeup in about 10 to 15 minutes. It's totally customizable. You can totally make it work with whatever you want. So that being said, let's just jump into it. So we're gonna get started real quick already. Before I even turned on the camera, I primed my face with the NYX Pore Filler. I just put it in like my T-zone, like all over my nose, like right here, and my forehead. All this does is kind of like smooth things out and like fills in your pores. It just kind of like gives you less texture. Also, I have to say, like the lighting, oh my god, like this is the first time in an extremely long time that I've had good lighting. So as stated in the title and my intro, this is my makeup routine when I'm doing no foundation at all. So to start, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair. And I'm gonna put that essentially like where you would put concealer, like even if you were wearing foundation. So I'm gonna put that underneath my eyes, and then I'm pretty much just gonna do like the center of my face. Definitely on my nose and stuff like that, just because I tend to have a lot of like redness, and for whatever reason this side of my face is a lot redder, or more red than this side. I don't know why that is, but it is. To blend it in, I have my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just going to blend it in. So I gotta be honest, the reason that I started doing this is I've just been noticing a lot of changes. Well, there's a couple reasons that I started doing this. I've been noticing a couple changes in my skin recently. For anybody that does not know my age, I am turning 30 in about a week. And I've just been noticing like a lot of changes in my skin, and foundation just doesn't always look the best on me. It tends to settle into a lot of creases, and it just can look pretty textured, and I can kind of just tend to look like a million years old. Oh, my camera is gonna die. Well, I'll finish the sentence. So there's that, and then also just like time, you know, like it just takes me a lot less time to do my makeup when I'm not wearing foundation. But essentially it was just, again, because I was noticing a lot of changes in my skin, and it just looks better with less product. If you are someone that doesn't like your skin, like you're gonna see, like you're still going to very much see my skin at the end of this makeup tutorial. Like you're still gonna see the redness and stuff like that. Like if you don't wanna see your skin, then like this is not the makeup tutorial for you. But again, I don't mind that. I think it just kind of looks like, to me, like this is the ultimate like no makeup. So I'm gonna finish blending this out, and then I need to change my camera battery. And I'm back. So I don't really have any blemishes that I want to conceal today. I do like the Fit Me concealer for blemishes as well. If you are going to be doing any like spot concealing of blemishes, just make sure that you have a concealer that is your skin tone versus lighter. A lot of people, like this is pretty close to my skin tone. I would say that maybe it's like a teensy tooch lighter than my skin tone, but a lot of people will do 1 to 2 shades lighter of concealer just to kind of keep everything bright. But if you are spot concealing, make sure that you get a concealer that is the same as your skin tone. So to set everything, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade 5, which is Fair. So I'm gonna take some in the lid. And before I even do anything, I'm gonna pat out the creases underneath my eyes. Again, I have some pretty, I'm definitely getting some like, you know, wrinkles around the eye. So I'm just patting out any concealer that has kind of accumulated in those fine lines, as well as my forehead and my smile lines. I'm gonna take this, so it'll look like that. And then I actually pat off the excess in the palm of my hand, so it looks like that. And I'm gonna put it right underneath my eyes. So I'm sure most of you know that this technique is called baking. If you didn't know, or you don't know what baking is, again, I'm just redoing it, and I'm gonna do my smile lines and like my chin. I bake underneath my eyes, my forehead, and like my chin area, because that's where I'm the most oily and that's where I'm most likely to crease. So what baking does is when you put powder on your face on top of product, you can certainly do this with foundation as well. It creates a barrier on your skin. It really can't be the most healthiest for your skin, but it creates a barrier on your skin, like it sandwiches the powder, and like the powder in your skin like sandwiches the concealer. And what it does is it actually cooks the concealer. It brings it up to your body temperature or to your skin temperature. And that's why it's called like baking or like cooking or something like that. So when you do that, you're really just kind of like setting it in extra, so it really won't move and has like a lot of good staying power. And I've definitely seen more people, or I've seen a lot of people use like way more powder than I do. But again, I don't have a lot of product on my face, so I don't really feel like I have to do any like really intense baking. So while that powder sits on my face, usually baking anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes, I leave it on while I do my brows. So for my brows, I am going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the color Brunette. I have a whole tutorial on my brows. It's pretty old, it's about 2 years old now, but I'm still using the same products and it's still the same process. So I'll have that video linked down below if you're interested. Like I said, it's crazy. Like I had like my long blonde hair then and everything, but it's about 2 years old. Again, all the same processes, all the same products that I'm using. So I'm gonna just like skip over my brows in this video, and you can check out that video if you're interested. And I'm back through the power of editing. My brows aren't perfect, and I think I even talk about it in that video from 2 years ago. Like they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Like sometimes they're not sisters, like they're not even in the same family. But you know, like this is the best that it's gonna do, and I'm happy with my brows. So from here, I am going to take an e.l.f. I think this is just like a full face brush. I don't know like the actual name of the e.l.f. brushes, but you can get them at Target. They're super cheap. And if there's any kind of like residual powder left over from the baking, I just kind of brush that away and sweep any excess like onto the rest of my face. And then I'm just going to quickly I'm just gonna pat out any creases that are on my eyelids. And I'm gonna take that same Maybelline powder and like load up my brush and set my eyelids very quickly. So now that that's all done, I am going to move on to some bronzer. What I really like about this makeup look is it's like super customizable. Like you can really go as basic or like as advanced as you want to. For days that I really need to get out the door and like really can't spare any time, I just put some bronzer in my crease of my eye. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have a Sephora, what is this called? A rounded crease brush, like that. And then my bronzer, it's so old, like this is so expired and I keep using it. This is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder for lighter skin. This is in the color 1 Natural. I don't know if that is going to focus. There you go. So I'm just gonna, again, kind of load up my brush and tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna throw this really quickly, like in the crease of my eye. I am pretty sloppy. I don't really, like, it's bronzer. Like, you can mess it up, but it's pretty hard to mess it up, you know? So real quick, just gonna go over my crease, and I put a little on the ends or on the outer lid, and then I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line as well. So from here, again, it kind of depends on how much time you have. Just because when you do concealer, you do foundation, you essentially take all the color out of your face, and you take kind of all of dimension out of your face because you've put foundation or concealer on. So sometimes you can tend to look like a potato, as I like to say. So I'm gonna take that same bronzer and the same crease brush, and I pretty much do this like every day. This is just part of my routine. And I just throw some bronzer like really quickly on the sides of my nose. Super light-handed, like not a big deal, not trying to do anything fancy here. And just kind of like a little tiny like nose contour, you know, like just to add some color and like dimension back onto the face. Because like I said, you do tend to kind of take all the color out of your face. And then I do a little bit on the bottom of my nose and a little bit on my bottom lip. Like, it shouldn't even really be noticeable, but like just enough. And then I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics, I think it's called like a Rose Marble brush. This is a brush number 2. It's a great bronzer brush. Same thing, gonna load this up, tap off all the excess, and I'm going to do like my cheeks and pretty much like the perimeter of the face, as well as down the neck. So next up is a pretty optional step. Most days, honestly, like if I'm in a rush, I don't wear blush. To me, blush is completely optional, but there's a lot of people that like feel a certain way about blush. So I'm gonna wear it today. This is the LA Girl Just Blushing blush in the color Just Natural. These are awesome blushes. I have 2 of them. These are like $2 or $3 and they're great. They're out of this world. So this is, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Bestopi, I don't know. I got this brush set on Amazon. I'll link it. Actually, I'll link all my Amazon brushes that I use, in the D box. I have no complaints. So this is they're not even labeled. So it's kind of like a tapered face brush. And I'm just gonna load up my brush and like tap off the excess like a couple times. And then just like really, really lightly put this, on the apples of the cheeks and like sweep back like onto the temples. If you're anything like me, you always put on too much blush. Like this happens to me every time I put on blush, I put on too much. So I'm gonna take my brush, my e.l.f. brush that I use to sweep away the translucent powder, and I'm just gonna kind of like blend things together. This won't like totally fix things, but it kind of does soften it a little bit. Yeah, I feel like I don't look so much like an alien anymore. We are almost done, guys. Like this is gonna be like the fastest makeup tutorial ever. Like this is my everyday makeup, man. Like I get out the door in like 10 minutes. So I'm going to, I've actually been using a primer with my mascara. So the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, like everybody loves this mascara. It's talked about all the time. It is truly an amazing mascara, but they came out with a primer for the lashes. And I gotta be honest, I really enjoy the primer, and I do think it makes a big difference. The biggest tip that I have for you guys is make sure you put your mascara on like while the primer is wet. So I actually do one eye at a time. I'm sorry if I keep looking over here. That's where my monitor is, and I like wanna make sure that like I'm in focus and stuff like that, sorry. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time, and it's just important to like make sure that the primer is still wet. when you put on the mascara. It's been my experience that when the primer dries, it just kind of makes things pretty goopy and kind of like the spider lashes that nobody wants. But when you put it on wet, it's just a little bit better. And I definitely should have combed out my lash. Like, please guys, like, don't yell at me. I definitely should have brushed out my lashes before I did this, but hey, like, this is real life. This is mom life. Like, we in a rush, we don't have time to brush out our lashes. That's what I got. I know that they're a little clumpy. Like, honestly guys, like, don't take my, like, I know I'm like a total hypocrite. Like, I have spider lashes right now, but like, I'm serious. Like, brush out your lashes. You're gonna be okay. It's, you know, we're gonna keep it moving here. Okay, this eye is a lot better. So at least I have that going for me. It was just this one. Is anybody's other like eyelashes like that? Like, I feel like these are two different bodies. Like, I feel like the lashes on this eye are completely different and shaped differently and like are just formed differently than this eye. Like, I don't know. I feel like I have two different eyeballs. Like, I don't. So again, I'm like really focusing on like fast makeup, get out the door real quick. So for me, like, I like to think that I do it pretty often, but there definitely are days where highlighter is, again, completely optional for me. Like, there are days that I would walk out of the house like this, you know, like no lip products on, and put on maybe some chapstick, and like I'm good to go. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put some highlighter on. This is actually the loose this is the loose highlighter from Wet n Wild. So good, so good. It's loose highlighting powder, and it's in the shade I'm So Lit. It's their lightest shade, and it's real pretty. Like, ooh, ooh. I actually keep mine in the lid. Like, you really don't need a lot of this. Like, I mean, just a teeny, I mean, again, hey man, you can go as crazy as you want, you know? If you wanna look like a disco ball, like, I support you. But for me, I'm not doing that today. Some days I do look like a disco ball. So I just kind of load up my brush, like, again, just a little teensy tooch. And I'm gonna highlight the face. Look at that glow, man. Ooh. That is, seriously, that highlighter is like $2 or $3, and like it's such a rock star highlighter. Oh my God. Like I said, this is very quick makeup. Like, I'm actually really excited to be filming this video for you guys. I think you guys like are gonna like it. So last is lips, and for lips, I like to do something nudie and like fun and neutral. So again, super old. Like, look at how little this is, like how much I have used it. This is the NYX lip liner in nude pink. It's, again, exactly what it sounds like. It's nude pink. So I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna just kind of maybe like slightly overline them, but not really, more so just like make my lips even. And then I will fill in like kind of the center of my lips with this. Again, lip liner is pretty optional. You don't have to take this step. And I think, you know, even with this look, I think lips are pretty much optional. Like, again, I've definitely worn this with like just some chapstick. But again, like for the sake of this video, why not? But yeah, so lip liner, totally optional. If you just wanna like throw on some lipstick, that's okay too. Like, it's totally customizable. If you wanna like do a little bit more of a crazy eye look, that's fine too. There are no rules. So for a lip gloss, I am using the House Laboratories color in the shade Venus. I did a whole review on Lady Gaga's new makeup line. I will have it linked at the end of this video. Definitely check it out if you're interested, but spoiler alert, I love this lip gloss. So I'm just gonna slap this on. Alright guys, that's it. That's the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is, like I said, my like go-to makeup look. I've honestly been doing this for like well over 6 months. I pretty much wore this whole look. Like definitely things were different. Like I switched up the lips or something like that, switched up the highlight. But essentially this is the makeup that I wore all summer. I love it. If you live in like a warm climate, like I'm going into the fall and the winter now, but if you live in a warm climate, this is wonderful as well, just because sometimes just the heat can kind of make like your makeup like literally melt off. And again, it's just nice to have less product on your face. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. I totally love it. Oh, you know what? Before I go, I'm actually gonna do my hair. Let me zoom you guys out for a little bit. Ignore my messy background. But I picked up this new dry shampoo about a week ago. It's the Pantene Dry Shampoo Volume. I don't know if this is new. I'm assuming it is because I haven't, this is the first, I saw it at Target. And it was the first time I saw it at Target. So my hair is looking pretty gross right now. I actually just worked out. Check out yesterday's video. If you need some like workout and like fitness motivation. I'm filming these videos in the same day. So I actually just worked out and like my hair definitely needs like some TLC and some love. So I'm gonna use this. So if you've never used dry shampoo before, I'm assuming most of you have, but maybe not. I kind of just like part my hair in like certain areas, like probably like 4 or 5 sections. And I just spray this like on the part. What I like about this Pantene one is you don't get the white stripe. Sometimes you do, like it depends. Like you can see there's a little bit of like product coming out, but it's not like some of the other dry shampoos that like, it literally looks like a skunk stripe. I always try to do the crown of my head too. Just to definitely does smell like it's overpowering, but just to get some volume. And then I always do like the front of my head, like my roots. My goodness, that is stinky. So I'm gonna wait about 5 or 10 minutes and like just kind of let all this sink in. Usually I'm like, well, if I already have makeup on. But usually when I'm doing this, I'm either like making my coffee or like brushing my teeth or something like that. But not today because I already put on makeup and I already brushed my teeth. Da 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 da! Through the power of editing, I'm back. So it's been about 5 minutes. And all I'm gonna do now is kind of like just fluff my hair up and kind of work all this product through. You can brush your hair. I actually don't do that because I find that brushing actually takes away a lot of my volume. So I kind of just mess up my hair and kind of like use my fingertips and my hands to like massage through this powder or this dry shampoo. All right, and there we have it. I feel like $1,000,000. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed all these awesome drugstore products. Like seriously, they are just, I love drugstore makeup. Like I am a drugstore girl at heart, honestly. So yeah, I'm super excited to have filmed this video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, actually I lied. My lip gloss is in drugstore. Damn. You know what? Like we're gonna roll with it, okay? We're gonna roll with it. There's plenty of other options for drugstore lip glosses that are amazing. The NYX Butter Gloss is awesome. ColourPop has some awesome lip glosses. Just pretend that this is ColourPop. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you're new. I would love to have you part of my little YouTube family. So I love you guys from the bottom of my heart and I will see you next time. Bye guys.